What's good, everyone? Battlefront 2 is back and it's better than ever. With the game having plenty of love, care, and content added to it, it's coming to the Epic Games Store on PC as its next free game, which gives it plenty of people who haven't tried it or bought it yet a good time to jump in and experience it at its best. I'm excited to see more life injected into this game because after all the updates it had received, it deserved more people checking it out regardless of what they thought about it at its launch. It's definitely a game that was paid attention to by the devs and handled very carefully considering the license itself. So for anyone who is picking up the game on Epic and is new, here is my 10 tips for new players. At number 10, pick a class that suits you. When starting a game, you are going to want to familiarize yourself with the 4 different classes. If you have played Battlefield, then you'll feel at home with these as they are pretty self-explanatory, but different objectives and situations might call for different classes. And the officer class is the most important class in my opinion for buffs and other abilities, so that is something to keep in mind if you are more of a support player. Coming in at number 9, stick with your squad. When you load into a match, typically you'll be paired up with other players during the match. It puts you randomly into a squad of other players and there's no other way to leave or join another squad, so if you're playing with a friend and you have grouped up before the game, sometimes you won't be in the same squad for whatever reason. Regardless, whoever you get paired with, you want to be sure to stick with that squad as long as they don't all run off in the opposite direction on their own personal mission. It helps to stay together, especially for Galactic Assault and Supremacy. At number 8, we have use the star cards. The star cards are a new addition to this game in the way of equipping cards to your different classes. These cards have different levels that you can upgrade over time with credits to make them stronger and better abilities. These cards are pretty important because some of them, for example, grant you extended cooldowns, more credits earned, and more. Experiment with the cards and unlock and upgrade the ones that seem most beneficial for you, but don't sleep on them. They definitely help. If you were just starting out, you might notice that some of the OG players have the cards maxed out and have an advantage over you. Unfortunately, this will be the case quite often, so that's just something to keep in mind. Coming in at number 7, use the battle points. During the match, you will gain battle points, which is the currency used to purchase reinforcements, heroes, and vehicles during the match. Heroes being the highest cost take some grinding to get to, but the more you do, the more points you get. Also, playing the objective nets you a good amount of points as well. Officer at one point was the fastest way to earn battle points before, but I am not sure how nerfed that still is. It might still be the way to go. Don't let them go to waste though, because some of the reinforcements can turn the tide of battle and are a lot of fun to play. Number 6, we have use heroes wisely. In the first iteration of the game, heroes seem to be far deadlier and tankier. This time around, they've been balanced across the board. Heroes cost a hefty amount of points, so if you spend your hard-earned battle points for someone with a lightsaber, don't expect to be able to run into a crowd and take them out without dying. Yes, some more skilled players may be able to do this only because they have epic star cards and understand how that hero works, not get them killed for trying such a stunt. But each hero has different abilities and you want to study them to see how they will benefit you. Use those and your teammates to your advantage and have some positional awareness, and you should be able to live longer than if you didn't, because once you die as that hero, you don't get those points back. Number 5, provide air and vehicle support. Nothing is more annoying than running down the field of battle just to be gunned down by someone in an LAAT gunship or starfighter. Vehicles can do massive amounts of work, and I won't lie, I'm guilty of camping in an air vehicle the entire match, farming kills and providing air support. It's rewarding for me to know I can help my team from the skies, but if you are one of those on the ground as a support class, you can take out vehicles with an ion torpedo and ion turret that will automatically shoot at a vehicle in range. This also helps friendly starfighters in the sky if they are outnumbered to the enemy or gets a ship off of their back. There's been countless times to where I couldn't get an enemy or multiple off my back and couldn't get any support from below, which resulted in my death. Most players seem to ignore vehicles and starfighters, but if you don't take them out, they might just be able to hold you back from pushing to the next phase or taking a point. If you see no one else paying attention to them, grab the support class and clear the area for your team. At number 4, try the vehicles, they're fun. My next point comes off of the back of the last one perfectly. Use the vehicles. They're a lot of fun to use for the most part, except for the speeder bike. Those still seem to be broken and buggy, but the other vehicles that you can purchase with points are pretty fun and they help out the match a lot. On Galactic Assault, you can get in the MTT or ATAT or ATTE on their respective maps. These are just powerhouses that lay down fire. There is a limit on the ATAT and MTT though, and are automatically driven on a set path. Even the starfighters, in my opinion, are fun, and there are different types for different purposes. Those also help against vehicles and doing the objective. Number 3, don't camp. I know how players are with these type of games. They just want to sit in the back of the map and snipe the entire time like they're Mark Wahlberg from Shooter. We get it. You like to snipe and I enjoy it too, but wait until you unlock the last sniper and all its attachments in the cycler rifle, then you really have fun sniping. It's really satisfying, but please do not just camp at the back of the map for the entire match. You won't exactly help out the team if there are more than a few just trying to snipe from the back of the map and missing shots the entire time. It makes it harder for those at the front lines because they're outnumbered by a full team who are all there. Plus, it's a whole lot easier for starfighters to spot you and pick you off, so just a heads up. Number 2, weapon attachments. All of the weapons for every class except the default starter weapons have attachment unlocks. They're not all the same though, and some are unique. To get these attachments, you will basically have to grind with that gun, whichever class it's tied to. Get X amount of kills, you unlock this stock for reduced recoil, or better range, or a night scope, those kind of things. In the challenges section, you can check the progress for the weapon you're using and the attachment you're trying to unlock as well. At the end of the match, it'll tell you also the progress of the unlock you're trying to get. The weapons are a lot better with attachments, and it does take a while to get them all, but mess around with the different weapons when you unlock them all and see what you like the most and just grind it out. At number 1, we have Play the Objective. This last one might be kinda obvious, but it doesn't hurt to add it to the list. Play the Objective. I assume most new players will be playing Galactic Assault or Supremacy. The other modes are fun as well, but those are pretty straightforward. With these two, you should play the Objective as much as you can. For Galactic Assault, you have to take down the walker or vehicle before it reaches a certain point, so you will have to work with your team to secure a weapon that disables it and unload all your firepower while it is disabled. Or if you're on the attacking side, you have to push through to the end to win. Both sides require playing the Objective, and in Supremacy, you are to capture command posts to gain points to reach a certain amount before the enemy team, so that way you can board their capital ship and take it out before they take out yours. This also goes back to playing with the right class and cards and whatnot. Officers are especially important in these modes because they offer buffs and different cooldown abilities that really help the team out and keep them pushing. Regardless of the class, definitely try your best to play the Objective. With all these points, I think any new player should have no trouble hopping into the game and having a good time. It may be overwhelming at first, but once you get a few matches under your belt, you should be set. This was fun because I've wanted to do another video on Battlefront 2, and now that it is coming to the Epic Games Store for the next free game, I know it'll bring much more life back into an already great game. If you're new to it and just now playing it, hopefully some of these tips helped you out, and I hope you all have enjoyed the video. Are you excited to get Battlefront 2? If you already have it, tell me your favorite thing about it and what you would like to see in Battlefront 3 if that ever becomes a reality. Leave a comment below letting me know, and I appreciate you all for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like or a sub or both, and that lets me know I'm doing something right and to continue with the content. I could use any support, so thank you and peace for now.